Tonight we're hearing from the head of a successful veterans program as she prepares to step down. Earlier this month we told you DeLisa Russell is leaving the post. She's opening up about what she'll miss the most and how the One Stop has grown.
There's always a mix of feelings that come. The pure joy that I have whenever I look at the One Stop and all the amazing things that we've been able to accomplish. I think that there's also going to be a degree of sadness just to not be there every day and to be a part of the veterans that I've grown so close to and what all we've done. Accomplishments that I've been most proud of, the grand opening, and to see how this community came together. We live in an amazing community in Central Texas, and to see how everyone was there because they all knew that something needed to be done. I think every time we did something that people would say, oh, I don't think we can do this, and we were able to accomplish that, from the great people from Lowe's, being able to put a kitchen in there where we can feed over 200 veterans every week, to people like Brenner Campbell, that the love that he has for God and the veterans that just shines through him, to be able to build a transition home and name it after my friend Robert Carter, to be able to honor him. To thank the Kyle family for them and the Guardians for Heroes for putting in a gym that people could come in, just a place to work out and to celebrate, and to the great folks at Rebath that came in and put in showers and laundry facilities. These are things that are touching veterans every day. When we started that little Thanksgiving meal, we were thinking a couple of hundred people might show up, and 500 showed up the first time, and then 700 the second time, and then we did 800 plates this year. So I always love that because that's a time that everybody comes together. The One Stop would not be what it is without our volunteers. When I first started at the One Stop, I think we had about 3. Now we have close to 100. And every one of them, I think, loves the One Stop as much as I do. What they have done and what they contribute just is, it's an honor to serve alongside them every day. Probably my entire career, I've been building things. My dad was a combat veteran. My husband, who I adore, 25 years, and he continues to serve the veterans through the VA. And then actually setting things up for my son, who he's going to be raising his hand in about a year after he leaves Texas A&M, and he's going to be serving. So to be able to set something up that I feel like might be there to carry on for generations once he's out. And I feel like here in Central Texas, we've done an amazing job in building something that is sustainable for our veteran community. And so now I think it's time to find someone that's a maintainer, someone who could take the amazing things with that amazing support of volunteers that they have, and to maintain that while I'm able to go and try to build more. But I just want to say thank you to this community. Thank you from the businesses to the volunteers to the veterans. To be able to have something that's not just for our veterans, but for their family members as well, to be able to be the example for the rest of the nation, to see that what can happen in a small community like Waco could happen anywhere. To be able to see the changes that I've seen from our homeless veteran to all the way to the generals that have walked in, and for them to say that I made a difference is very touching.
Russell is a clinician working with veterans, and she's looking at other opportunities to keep building programs to help the veteran community. There's a goodbye event coming up for her Friday at the Veterans One Stop. We'll be right back.